what's up, guys? If y'all didn't know, I finally bought that Corvette C7. Just kidding. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you all may know, I finally finished boosting the G35 and it's running solid A1 now. I will be going over the mod list, answering some of your questions, reviewing how reliably it drives and all that. Stay tuned and let's dive into this video. Okay, the first thing I want to say is a big shout out to all my friends, all my homies, family, people that supported me along the path, people I've met along this journey. You guys are a big inspiration to helping me finish this whole build. It took a while. It took me like probably a year to get all the parts, get it running. Had issues along the way when I was just full bolt-on, naturally aspirated. I was running on E85 tuned. You know, test pipes, you know, cold air intake. It only made like 280 wheel and 270 torque when I was full bolt-on E85. Shout out to my tuner. He got me going. Yeah. So I wanted to start doing this custom turbo kit for the G35. I said, you know, why not? I like working on cars. I said, why not? You know, just give it a shot. You only live once. So I decided to go boost on a VQ because I was just tired of, you know, having full bolt-ons. I get bored really easy. I was tired of the slow life. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I just wanted to take a leap and take a chance and see what I could get my hands on. So far it's been good. I'm gonna go over some of the things. I did buy a comp turbo 6262. It's rear mount custom from my homie Ryder Rankin. I'll put his link in the description. It's a custom 3-inch rear mount turbo kit with the comp 6262. It's a comp turbo air cooled 6262. It has no water lines, no oil lines. All you need to do is grease it every 3,000 miles, which is fantastic and super convenient. So I do have a 44 millimeter, I believe, Rev 9 wastegate with the 15-pound springs. We put a 10 spring and a 5 spring together combined to make 15 pounds. Right now we're only pushing about 8 psi because I do have an exhaust leak coming from the white pipe, but once I fix that I could take it back to my tuner and we could push more power, but that's later along the path. I've been driving around with this turbo kit for about a year now, or actually half a year, and it's been running flawless. So I wanted to go rear mount turbo only because it seemed like a easier process, because I know in these VQs they don't have a lot of room in the front. So, you know, I got some advice from other people. They're like, if you're trying to go turbo and just, you know, do all this stuff, I think a rear mount would be better. So I slapped the turbo and said, fuck it. This is custom 3-inch piping from my one of my good homies, Ryder Rankin, on Instagram. He also goes by Spirit Runners. So the compressor side goes all the way to the front, above the lower control arms, and I'll show you that in a bit. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't have to use any oil lines for this, or water lines, which was a lot easier and less of a headache. Yeah, if you have any answers or questions, let me know. So yeah, it wasn't too hard to fabricate and install everything. It was just a lot of time, trial and error. I did get some help from my homies. Let me pop the hood for you guys so you can see what I have under the hood. These are glow shift gauges, and this is an Evo boost gauge. They work solid. They don't give me any problems. So like I said, this kit wasn't that hard to make. Anybody can do it. Hold on. If you really put your mind into it. Okay, so I do have a Kinetics manifold, 3-inch downpipe going into the intercooler. It's a universal intercooler. Good for 1,000 horsepower. That's all coming through the back of the compressor side of the turbo. I do have 1,000cc injectors from UPT. I do have a bigger throttle body. I believe it's a 72. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did have to gap the spark plugs. I believe they're 26.26. If you want a turbo and boost your car, you're gonna have to gap them. Yeah, because I believe from factory they come 0.4, but I'm not too sure with that. But anyways, from the mod list, I do have an oil catch can for the blow-by. It's not anything special. You could use a universal one, which is one of these. It works just as great. Save you a little bit of money, a good bang for your buck. If you're also trying to go boost your VQDE, one thing that you're gonna need is upgrade your radiator. I do have a coil rad aluminum radiator, because the more boost you put into the VQ, the hotter it gets. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, I am running E85. I could also switch maps to 91 or 93, but I just like to keep it on E85 because it's a lot cheaper out here in Cali. I think it's like $2.50. You can't beat that. What else I got? I do have headers. They're DC Sport headers. They work great. Just FYI, if you're gonna buy headers, make sure that you don't buy a cheap knockoff brand, because they're not gonna fit and it's not gonna seal right onto the block. I've already tried cheap eBay headers and it does not work at all. It's a pain in the ass and it does not sit right, and they eventually crack within like about a month. They just go out, and I'm just like, no, this this ain't gonna work for me, man. So yeah, I did buy a good brand. DC Sport headers are good. I believe Megan Racing has good headers for VQDEs. There's other brands like Tomei, but that's more of the pricier side. After the headers, I do have test pipes. They're resonated test pipes. After the test pipes, I have an ISR white pipe under there, but it has an exhaust leak. Yeah, from there on out, it goes all the way to the back to the turbo on the turbine side, and then it comes out from here. So with that exhaust leak, we could have, according to my tuner, we could have made more power than what it was making on the dyno. Sorry guys, my battery died, so I had to re-upload this video. But anyways, as I was saying, I do have an exhaust leak from the white pipe. Right there in the middle where it flexes, it has a big ass hole, and I didn't even know about that until my tuner pointed it out to me. He said, you know, whenever I have the chance to fix it, go back to him, and then we'll get it back on the dyno and retune it. But the numbers I made with this kit and everything, it made 400 wheel and 350 torque, wheel torque. If I fix that exhaust leak, we could probably push it to like 450, 390 wheel torque, but we have to change the wastegate springs back to like 10 pounds so it could push at least 10 psi. With that being said, yeah, this VQDE, it handles the power like really good. Has good torque for what it is. Stock block. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, this is all stock. Unopened motor. Yeah, it doesn't give me any issues. I did had some exhaust leak coming from the couplers, but that's not even that big of a deal. Yeah, eventually I'll repost the dyno numbers, and I'll show you guys what it really makes once I fix that exhaust leak. And I'll give you guys a POV of a drive-by, and I'll do some pulls. So let's get into it. Also, one thing I want to say is shout out to my tuner, E-Class Tunes. I did go with Saul Nismo Nights, but we got I didn't want to jump in too much details, but he didn't want to help me out too much on the problems it was having with all the boost leaks and all that, so I just went with E-Class, and he said he's more than willing to help me out, and he got me going. He got me right. So shout out E-Class if you're in the SoCal area. I'll put his IG in the description, and let's go for some POV pulls. I'll let you know how it is. He did give me I believe 4 maps. He gave me a kill switch, E85 map, a 91 map. What else? Oh, and an anti-lag map. Oh, and a flame map. Yeah, flame map. It's a hard start right there, but it's only because the 85 and stuff. It starts right up on a cold start. No big deal. about to rain here in Southern California. Hopefully we can get some pulls in before it pours like cats and dogs. But anyway. If y'all can hear that blowout valve, forgot to mention it's a max speeding rod blowout valve. It works great, sounds great. I don't know if y'all can hear it in the video, but hopefully you can. Like I say, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them in the comments. Yeah, I'll do some more pulls. Yep. One thing I forgot to talk about is that's a max speeding rod blowout valve connected to the boost gauge with the T fitting, and then the other side is going to the manifold. Yeah, that's about it. This is a stock motor VQ. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be sure to more than happy to answer them for you. I will be posting more videos, more content. I just got a lot of things going on. Probably by the end of 2025, I'll probably be making more videos and more posts. But yeah, that should be it for today's video. If you like today's content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. I'll also post my IG, my Instagram link on the description. Be sure to follow me on that. But yeah, that should be it, guys. Hopefully y'all stay blessed, have a good end of the year, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.